welcome to this video in which I'm going to explain how to use sexuality as a path of learning, of transformation and health, apart from feeling pleasure, of course, more and more pleasure. And the way I'm going to do it is by using self-pleasure, masturbation, and meditation at the same time, all in one. So this practice, we can call this practice orgasmic yoga, and it consists in a meditation in which we give ourselves self pleasure, and we generally include also masturbation and arousal. And we could prepare for this session that could last like 30 or 60 minutes. Or we could sometimes, it creates resistance, and then we could also do it improvising at any time we feel. Yeah, but the main thing is giving value to our action of giving pleasure to ourselves and masturbation with arousal. And a good way to start could be doing some Kegel exercises, which are very good to connect with our body and our sexual part. And you also can, Kegel exercises are very good for many other things. You can find it here in another video or in Google, anywhere. And after a couple of minutes of Kegels, you can carry on with the session. And it's just a question to enjoy. Yeah, you are meditating, and in this meditation you explore your capacity to enjoy. And maybe you could put some music on, or burn some incense. You could dance a little bit at the beginning or anytime. You could decide using oils, starting with self-massage with different oils or perfumes. You could give yourself a genital massage. You could start masturbating, or you could pay more attention to your breathing, movement, voice. You could be more subtle or more intense. You could have different goals, for example, reaching orgasm or not reaching orgasm at all, or you could use fantasies or not. You could even use pornography, anything you need to enjoy through your masturbation, through your arousal, through your body, and and it's just a question to enjoy. And it's interesting to compare it with life, and maybe then maybe you don't enjoy as much as you want. Okay, let's go with that later. But at the end in life, it's also a question of enjoying life, and then we could be aware of why we don't enjoy more. Yeah, and okay, at the end of the session, we could relax for 5 or 10 minutes, and we also could write something about the session, to have some reflections about the session, to see what we have learned, for example. Yeah, and as we have been in meditation, maybe we are aware of some patterns, habits that we were not aware before. For example, in a physical level, it's very common to have tension, to get more pleasure, quick pleasure, or to reach orgasm. Many people do it, yeah? And in an emotional level, also it's very common could be common to feel guilty or sad or even annoyed. And in a mental level, it's very common to use fantasies or to the need to use pornography to get aroused. Okay, the most important thing, which many people don't pay attention to this, but it's very important to accept your habits. Yeah, we normally tend to want to change our habits by rejecting them. Yeah, and thanks to these habits, we are here alive, being aware of what's happening with us. Yeah, It doesn't work. What you resist, it persists. You cannot change yourself by rejecting yourself. Okay, but at the same time, though you could be aware that some of those habits could be limiting other sensations or experiences. For example, the tension limits a lot the capacity to be conscious, to have good communication, and to feel love. And if you, in an emotional level, if you feel guilty, sad, or annoyed, these emotions are not very good for any other action. And at the same time, in a mental level, if you need a fantasy, a particular fantasy or kind of pornography, and you need it to get aroused, that can be very limiting. Okay, so then if we want to change, let's pay attention about how those habits were created. And those habits were created by repeating the same experience many times. So how will we create new habits, or which will change the habits we have? So common sense tells us that in the same way, by repeating experiences many times. With practice, then it will be a question of practice. So then with practice, we can change anything of ourselves, either physical, emotional, or mental. It goes together. Like we could practice unconditional love, or to have, or to control, or to get longer or more intense orgasms. Or we could practice enjoying without orgasms, or ejaculating or not ejaculating, either for women or for men, or to control ejaculation in men, or to change the source of arousal, or to expand the erotic energy through all our body, or to have more, to be more horny or not so much so horny. We could change anything. So if it's a question of practice, it will be very important to enjoy these sessions and to get a trick, to be a bit the master of your own sessions. And to start with, to get this ability, it would be very good to be with a professional that were an expert in personal transformation, and to detect, especially to see those limiting habits, which sometimes are very difficult to be aware of. As we have been with them so long that we don't see them. It's like the fish is not aware of the water in which it lives. And if this professional were at the same time an expert in facilitating pleasure techniques and exploration techniques like massage, genital massage or anal massage, central exploration, in meditation, breathing, movement, voice, whatever, then it would be even better, because we would be with a professional specialist in coaching these sessions, and to teach us about how to be the masters of ourselves in this session. Sexological body work, it's a good example of personal transformation through sexual pleasure. And but it's only you that can transform yourself. So it's a kind of somatic coaching, as in the body somatizes everything, so it pays a lot of attention to the experience in the body. I am sexological body worker and sex coach and tantric guy and facilitator of different techniques. And I can say that I'm a sexual educator with a lot of experience in coaching and tantra. And I could give you a guide to be your own coach, to be your own guide, to get the trick on these sessions that you need to repeat a lot to enjoy them, and also to transform yourself continuously. We can change everything of ourselves, of our sexuality, but it's not only our sexuality, our sex, but anything like general health, like anything in our body and in any other area of our life apart from sexuality. The sessions normally start with a conversation with the client express, tells me with about his worries, wishes, breakthroughs, whatever. And then we normally go to the body work, and then we normally finish with a conversation about the session, and if there's something to do in the daily life of the client in the future. And it's important to be aware of, to notice that it's the client who manages the session, and me, the sexological body worker or the coach, it's assisting, yeah, helping them, and as you know, as it's absolutely necessary that he feels completely trust and secure to carry on. It's just a question of enjoying the session, like in life, and as is the most effective thing I've ever known. I really recommend you to try a session, and you can find here the the address to book a session or to get more information. And thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you. Have a good time. Enjoy life. Enjoy sex.